Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing fantastic over here. So, last week I had talked to you all about my schedule for this year. Super excited. Everything's going great. And then, as life happens, things don't work out the way you'd hope they would. And I talked about my kids doing a co op twice a week, two of my kids. And the awesome mama who's creating it is going to need to take the year off. So, we've been changing up things just a little bit. My daughter's thinking she'll just use the extra time to work on her classes and make sure she stays on top of all that. And was just thinking about like if she wanted more friend time. She had done a book club. Oh, was it last year? She did a little book club for a while. And so she's like, I'll just bring back my book club if I feel like I need more stuff. My 12-year-old, he was thinking that he'll probably just keep working with my husband more and give himself some more time to go and make some money. He loves doing stuff with dad. So he's probably going to do that. But then I thought, how fun that we can go and not really have a whole lot of obligations and go play on Thursday afternoons and go on field trips and museums, all fun, sort of fun things. I even thought it would be fun to do adventure weekends. So leave Thursday after lunch and just come back Saturday night and maybe go play in the RV. So lots of fun things of possibilities that we will do with that. Something else I also talked about last week is that I'm doing a webinar on this coming Monday, August 14th. And I am so stinking excited about this because I know how challenging it can be to try to plan an amazing homeschool. Sometimes it can take hours, days, or even weeks as you're trying to sift through all the books and how do I make it all work? And like it would just be so much easier if somebody just handed it to you and said, here you go. So, guess what I've done? I'm handing you your schedule so that you don't have to spend the hours, days, weeks of planning, that you can just have somebody hand it to you. I'm going to go over all of this on the call, but it is very Charlotte Mason, well-educated, heart-inspired, plus 15 years of experience teaching all different types of kids, my own co-ops I've been in, different things like that. So you don't have to sift through all the books. So you don't have to go through all the websites and putting in all the time for that. I love doing it anyway. So why don't I just give it to you? So come and join me for that, and you're going to get your whole homeschool plan for you. And I can't even, how do I say that? Whatever. I'm just so excited about it. I was really inspired from a program I had done that basically gave me a Christmas schedule last December. And I thought this was so nice. Because I can do the homeschool, but I was feeling a little bit of burnout and I was feeling a little bit like I just don't want to sit and plan anything and I don't want to look up all these books. And she was like, here are all these amazing books. And I thought, thank you. This was dreamy. So awesome. So anyways, I'm excited to offer this to you. So you can sign up. It's free. Register for it. There's a link in my show notes. It's on my website, www.coachmagthomas.com, or a link in my Instagram bio. And I would love to have you join me. So today I want to talk about this topic. Is your kid a mess? What a fun, stinking topic, right? This was inspired from my very own son, who has given me permission to share this. So a few weeks ago, we were at church and we have church at 10:30 in the morning. So you're thinking, wow, that's plenty of time for a teenager to get up, eat, and get ready for church. Well, sometimes, friends, it's not enough time. And for whatever reason, your teen might be exhausted or whatever they have going on, but that is just not early enough and they want to sleep in. So one sunny Sunday morning, my darling gets up shortly before church starts, doesn't eat, doesn't get ready, and goes to church. Now, this darling son has very long, curly hair, and he loves to brush this hair out so that it is so big and poofy. It is spectacular. And on this particular morning, it was glorious because he hadn't showered. So not only was it super poofy, it was also amazing bedhead. It was fantastic. At our church, the boys from 16 to 18 years old, they bless our sacrament. And our bishop has requested that these boys wear a white shirt and tie. So not only did my son have his big poofy hair, but now he has on a blue shirt and no tie on. I think he had just normal buttons unbuttoned, but I wouldn't put it past him to have a few buttons unbuttoned. So my son is up there in front of the congregation, blessing the sacrament, looking a little bit like a nice homeless guy. And wouldn't you know it, after sacrament meeting, people come to me and are making jokes about it. Now, before you think I'm going to get on my soapbox about that, I'm not. I thought it was funny. I'm not offended or worried about what they were saying. So anyway, this guy comes up to me and he is a jokester anyway, right? And so he's teasing me about my son's shirt and lack of a tie, to which I replied, "Oh, friend, his outfit is the least of my concerns. I'm more worried that he didn't even shower today and he's a teenage boy." Laughs were had and he left. But then I got thinking about this, and I can get on my high horse about hygiene and his clothes. I could have done that, but if I did, I would have missed the fact that my boy was at church and the fact that he was worthy to bless the sacrament. After church, I told him I was proud of him for coming to church, even when he was so tired. I was proud of him for being on time. He was on time because he chose to be on time instead of showering. So he was making being punctual a priority. I was proud of him for being worthy. We then laughed about his hygiene and his hair, and we ended up having a great Sunday. Now, our Sunday would have been very different if I had started to get after him. If I would have got after him for the things I think he should be doing. You need to get up earlier and shower. You need to get up earlier and make sure you have an ironed white shirt. You need to make sure you're wearing a tie to church. Our afternoon would have looked very different had I gotten after him. If I would have gotten after him for the things I think he should be doing, I would have missed the things he's already doing. Are you doing this with your kids? Are you looking at their writing and noticing that they have such sloppy penmanship and missing that they are brilliant storytellers? Are you looking at them stumbling over their words while they are reading and missing that they are determined even when they make mistakes? Are you looking at your teens' hair, clothes, shoes, and or makeup and then lecturing on them what is appropriate and not appropriate and missing what an amazing person they are? Now, I'm not saying that there isn't a space for teaching, but before you do, get curious of why. Why do you need your child to have beautiful penmanship? Have you seen a doctor's handwriting? It's terrible. And yet they are very educated and most likely are providing very well for their family. Why do you need a child to be reading at a certain age? Probably that is more about you than it is about them. You don't win any prizes for having your kid read at an early age. And why do you need your teen's hair to be a certain way? I'll tell you why. It's because you're making it mean something about you. If you want a foolproof plan to encourage your children to rebel, then go ahead and try to control all these little things about them. Or if you want a child to be independent, a free thinker, then you are going to need to drop your story that your child is a mess and just love them while they are figuring out who they are. Friends, I love you so much. Don't forget to come and register for my live webinar on Monday. I'm excited to give you your homeschool schedule this year, and I will talk to you next week.